Hello. So, this is a readiness and romance video. Dress for Yes is the title because over this last 48 hours, I possibly could have seen the friend I am interested in, and we're not dating because this man is extremely career oriented right now, slash, and you'll see that in this next video. Um, I need to cultivate this single time, and another phrase that I've heard in my spirit over these last 12 days or so: goodbye to God. Not leaving God, not forsaking God, but understanding that when I do become a wife, there will be some sharing to be done. And me in wife mode is going to be a very different experience. And availability for all of this alone time with God, compared to all of the time I will also be in the space with and enjoying time with my husband. So, that being said, I'm doing something in my kitchen. Ignore my movements. I want to share that I wanted to see this person. I didn't have plans to see the person, but I thought with our communication that it was possible. So I didn't know if they had other plans, if they were sleeping or, tired. I just wanted to make the most of my time. I had placed my children at my mother's home so I can go enjoy an activity during the daytime, and ordering something from Amazon for my friend, I let him know that I have it. So I definitely did pray. I prayed I would say before I started traveling from where I was to home, because I honestly didn't know if I wanted to just go straight to pick up my children and come back here or go here. And I was really kind of all over the place mentally. What do I do? How do I spend this time? What's best in terms of travel? And I really took a moment and stood still. I really needed to quiet myself. I stood still in a spot, and I live in New York City, so I was not too far from Central Park, and I just found a spot on the sidewalk I was on and grounded myself, leaning against the wall and forcing myself to physically be still. I just let God have my heart. So I was led to come home to my space and have alone time with God, to worship and enjoy this solitude that I don't have when my kids are with me, and that I need more than or before trying to figure out if I need to go back to where my kids are, which is conveniently located not far from where the man lives. And in centering myself on, first, quieting my soul to hear God, and second, obeying that by not rushing. I did check my messages as soon as I got in. I logged off of social media, so right now there's only one device that is logged in to see our messages, and I don't use my cell phone because it acts up a lot. So I don't ever want to risk that our communications are not coming through correctly, so I don't rely on the cell phone method. Anyway, I took my time with God. I enjoyed my solitude, and a part of it I didn't realize was such a big deal, which was literally to take a shower. I didn't feel my freshest, and it wasn't like a big deal, but it was important enough that God was like, go home and take care of yourself. Like you could do what you thought about doing and get the kids and come home and take a shower at the end of the night. But a part of what I learned that evening, Dress for Yes, is in taking care of myself, I make myself ready for any encounter possible. So through that whole evening, it went from enjoying alone time with God, just being home in the quiet so I could worship and Bible study or whatever, to then take care of yourself. Jasmine, freshen up now. Enjoy this quiet time to physically take care of yourself. So I took care of my spirit. Sorry, I dropped something. Took care of my spirit, took care of my body, and what's the cabinet? At some point during my getting ready, I was like really unsure if I just throw these sweatpants on, and I wasn't sure, like, okay, tank top, because I have a really quality coat. Do I throw the tank top on or a t-shirt or a regular looking shirt? but like not a sweater, regular long sleeve shirt. And at some point before getting in the shower, God put in my spirit to get ready. Like, maybe I don't see this person, but be ready. And if I do see this person, maybe we just pass this object off. Hi, good to see you, and that's it. But while I was in the shower, um, and sorry, so that last thought for getting ready was more like just a put on your jeans, you know, put on your jeans. Don't just shower and throw on anything. But while I was in the shower, I realized like it matters so much more to be ready. Like, you know, make yourself presentable, because maybe this person does want to hang out with you. It wasn't a plan, it wasn't discussed, you don't know, but it can make all the difference between you approaching a person to give this thing, and maybe they say, let's go. Like, okay, so you can't go any and everywhere in sweats. And not, I wasn't like expecting a date or a restaurant, none of that. If we sit in the car and talk, if we go hang out at his house, me with my children at my mom's is not the option, right? Or if we go like to a movie or Dave and Buster's, literally anything. I felt during my shower to be ready. And if I want these encounters, or if I even think that there's a possibility for me to quote unquote get my way and hang out, then be dressed for it. So at some point during my whole take care of myself, enjoying the leisure, honestly did start to appreciate it. Like the heat, the silence around me. It was a great time alone. And then I realized, okay, well, wait, like I was almost done getting ready. I put on some fragrance, but just to like bring the whole thing together for myself. But you know, the thought did cross my mind, like, you know, give him something to appreciate when you hug. But other than that, I had to keep myself in total reality. Here's a good one, ladies, or men, I guess. Keep in touch with reality. Okay, like I mentioned already that we're not dating. I knew that this couldn't turn into a date. He doesn't communicate with me like that. We don't interact on that level at this time. That's out of my hands. But in my mentality, or aligning myself with God and making my spirit malleable to hear Holy Spirit tell me what to do, I'm being very ghetto. In case y'all are like, what's she looking? I haven't, ghetto confession, I haven't purchased mayonnaise in a very long time. And by that, I mean less than 3 months. But I maybe got this size from Dollar Tree. And I'm like, that's not enough. Like, that's stupid. So at one point, my mom doesn't really use it a lot. So I took the container from her house and I just like put a Dollar Tree size one in hers. But when that ran out, I just have been sticking to this. Because there's a fast food spot near where she lives and they're just out and available. And actually just this week, I found another spot. There's a gas station in between where my older son's school is and the community. So I really don't purchase mayonnaise anymore. I probably will when I get a better sense of being a responsible adult financially. But even though I can totally afford my groceries at this point, I kind of stuck to the ghetto value of this opportunity here. So you know what? Just in the name of being a responsible adult, I will stop after this jar. When it runs out, I will start purchasing mayonnaise. Or I'll take it to God and let the Lord lead me on this one. Sure. Talk about resourceful. Is mayonnaise like $5 now? I don't know. Anyway, so I dressed for yes, and I did keep myself in reality with having my mind okay with having gotten myself ready. I wasn't dressed fancy. It was jeans and a t-shirt. But even that, like, I went through my section of clothes for the shirt that I don't usually go through, because my life is typically go drop off my kids or go to the gym. On occasion, there's something that I want to look nice for, but that's that. Those things in the closet. My t-shirts and tank tops for the gym are readily accessible. So my regular, decent looking adult shirts are less viewed and moved through. So anyway, so I went into that section of my clothes for this little t-shirt. It was a very calm outfit. Upon getting ready to leave, I realized Jasmine got almost a look. So I threw on some very dainty earrings, nothing crazy, but just something to pull together the femininity. All right, people, pull together the appeal you want to give off. um, so I knew that I did want to express this message after, so that I could give you some conclusion to the whole thing. So boom, I travel. I bring my device with me because that's the only way to communicate. And at some point when I'm getting close to the neighborhood, they're like, wait, well, sorry, at some point between like my getting ready and all of this, boom, my friend says, I'll come get it from you. So that's a part of what's in my mind. It's not like I just made up this idea of maybe we'll see each other, and in no ways, shapes, or forms was there a possible run-in. So me seeing that message, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it'll just be a quick hug, pass this thing off, and that's that. Or maybe he'll say, all right, hop in and we'll sit and talk, or go to, I don't know. But just, time in which possibly my coat would come off and we would be in a vicinity together where I don't want to have been unshowered like I was earlier. It was just good to freshen up, especially away from my children, and just to have that quality time, honestly, with God. And as a woman, just to be in my own space for a few hours. And then God spoke to me through that journey. And when I was getting close to the neighborhood, the man saw my messages like, wait, whoa, I'm not even like in the area. What? So that was a miscommunication on his part. So I, have to wait until he is next available, because he is a busy person. And yeah, so that's the conclusion of the matter. I didn't see this person. However, what I was getting at is that through the latter parts or time of getting ready, I kept my mind in reality that I didn't get dressed for him. It was a part of the motivation, but God led me to self-care, so that even if, and actually I ended up sleeping over at my mom's house and I didn't plan to. So that was the same shirt that I wore the following day. And my gym bag was at her house already from the day before. Again, I let my kids spend the night, so I didn't check all my stuff back and forth. So it was cool. Woke up the next day, went to the gym. Yesterday, went to the gym. And when I put that shirt back on, because it was a clean shirt, I smelled my fragrance on it. And that made me feel fancy or pretty and ladylike. So I think my overall takeaway was not just to dress for yes with a man, but dress your best for yourself. Not that I have to get dolled up or throw on earrings every day, but there's a level of appreciation towards your alone time and doing even the little things that make you feel better. Not fancy, but just better. And I'm trying to say this in a gender neutral way. Men, women, okay, the kind of people that become married and then make children together. Your femininity is important, ladies, and your masculinity is important, fellas. So treat yourself well. Healthy diet, good physical